TV is how you can reach us. Speaking of which, we've got the question of the day. Let's put that up for you in case you missed it. We ask, have you ever thought of investing in a type of business that will generate you profit effortlessly? Have you ever thought of investing in a type of business that will generate you profit effortlessly? I'll ask my director to let me know if you've got any text messages. But Wycliffe, something that we've noticed as a trend in Kenya is that we have this copy-paste mentality. And we tend to copy rather than discover what works for us. Let's talk a little bit about that, because when you see, when you're walking down Moi Avenue, for example, and you see M-Pesa, you hear, oh, quail business is working, so now we are all going to do quails. Would you describe that as a death trap for businesses today?
It is a very unfortunate situation.
Yes.
And that is why you saw things like the quail business. People lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
The thing is, and this I will never tire to repeat, the thing is, whatever business idea you have, fine, you may have seen someone else do it. No problem with that, but at least take your time to study that business, take your time to see whether it is viable.
Yes.
Do a feasibility study. Establish that you're actually going to make money.
Yeah.
Never assume that if person X is making money, that you are also going to make money. You
Right.
never know. Some people do business as a cover-up. This guy, you may be thinking is making money, but he's actually covering this up for something else is doing that they do not want us to know.
Right.
So don't just assume. If it's working for person X, it will work for you. Always do a feasibility study. Always take your time to even do a simple budget.
Yeah.
and do a projection. Try to see, is this a way that I'm going to make money or am I going to lose money? I've seen people close down businesses after maybe 2-3 years. That is because they realize that the money they thought they are going to make, they are unable to make it. They actually end up losing money. And that becomes a tragedy.
Yeah.
So we encourage people that always take your time. If you do not understand that business, ask people who understand that business and sit down. And there's no shortcut in this. You have to sit down and see, for example, you have to project, say, I'm going to make sales of this much.
Right.
These are going to be my costs. And the cost, don't just guess. Don't just sit and say, maybe it will cost me this.
Yeah.
Do your research and establish what is going to be the cost. And even when we are talking of you are going to make these many sales,
Right.
first do research. Is there a market for this? Or even think, you know, at times you can create a market.
Right.
So think through and say, I'm going to create a market this way, and this is what is going to happen.
Yeah.
Before you just jump into any ship that is passing.
All right, before we take a look at some text messages, Shiko,
Yeah.
I like what Wycliffe has more or less alluded to, that you need to find the market.
Yeah.
And even in regards to agriculture, for example, do you start by obviously knowing that there is a market for this produce before you advise someone to jump in? Someone is talking about pineapples, for example. Where they're going to take those pineapples when they're done farming, you know, and harvesting them rather. So these are some of the kind of conversations that you have even with your trainees.
Yeah. As I said before, we do the whole management. That is include the managing the farm and getting the market for you. Market is very important, because that's one of the lessons I learned when I was doing farming on my own.
Right. So you work backwards.
Yeah.
You know where it's going.
Yeah.
And then so that's where you start from. Okay.
Yeah, because I went through. I had done cabbages and potatoes, but when it came to selling, I didn't have market.
Right.
And that's one of the lessons I learned. That's why I went. That's what I learned. That market is very important. Yeah.
All right, very good point there, that even as you're thinking about generating a passive income, where or who are you going to be selling to? So before you even, you know, kickstart whatever it is that you want to start, you've got to think about the end goal before you get in. It's almost thinking about the out clause before you jump into that contract. Let's take a look at text messages. Tafadhali, good morning, K24. What a nice topic today. My question is to Shiko Lima Vest. Apart from Beehive, which other venture can one invest in a 5-acre land? I'm really interested in agribusiness. That's Betty from Nairobi.
Okay, so pineapple. one of our other products is pineapple.
Okay.
We plant pineapple a minimum of 1 acre, and we plant like 8,000 pieces of pineapple. And also we have goat keeping, and now the beef. Yeah, so that's some of the products that we have.
Okay.
Yeah, that can generate for you a passive income, which I'll take as Limavest responsibility of managing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see another text message, please. Hello, Shiko. Kindly ask the lady for Limavest if I invest with them, how long does it take for me to start earning? And if I start with, let's say, the one hive, how much will I be earning? Okay, I guess you can recap because you kind of answered this before, but go ahead.
Yeah. For pineapple, for pineapple farming, or for your first harvest will take 18 months.
Yeah.
That is 1 year, 6 months, and then the rest thereafter it's yearly. But for goat and beekeeping is also 1 year. After 1 year, you get your returns.
Okay.
And for the one who was asking about beekeeping, you get, for one hive, you get 7,200 per year. Yeah.
All right, another text message, please. Ask Shiko if they attach campus agribusiness students, Vicky, Chuka University.
We've not started yet, but we'll let you know once we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have another text message? I am Wanjiru from Nairobi. Good morning. Would you share some ideas that an unemployed youth can venture into? Okay, I think Wycliffe can answer that.
Yeah. That's a question that I know will resonate very well with very many youths of Kenya, because we know the unemployment rate. And this is partially why we're here, so that we are able to educate them that even when you are unemployed, there are things that you can actually do. There will be, if you look around yourself, there are things that for sure you can provide solutions to. Because the truth of the matter is, if you're going to make money, then think of solutions, providing solutions to your environment.
Yeah.
I've seen youth come together and do things, and agriculture is a very good place. So you realize that the challenge in your neighborhood is vegetables, for example. You put, and probably you do not have the resources, but there's always strength in unit.
Right.
You join with other youths, come together, agree what you're going to do. Maybe you have the land, you do not have the inputs.
Right.
There are people willing to help you when you seem organized.
Yes.
So I always encourage young people to actually come together and be the solution to their own problems. The worst thing that you can do is sit and say, I'm unemployed, I do not have work.
Right.
So I'm supposed to be desperate.
Right.
That shouldn't happen. Whenever you think of a solution, as a solution, you think for a solution for the problems around you, you are surely going to get it.
Do you know, it's like you are reading my mind, because that's exactly what I wrote down.
Yeah.
And I was saying, one of the concepts around starting a business that you hear quite a number of speakers teaching on is, why can't people identify problems in their community, in their surroundings, and then come up with solutions for that, whatever it may be. By the way, like you're saying, young people coming together, they decide to pick up trash. Before you know it, it becomes a garbage, a garbage collecting company.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you've created employment. Then you have hundreds of youth actually working under that particular company. But you provided a solution within your estate. So that is that's a very important tip. We talked about finding your market, but we've talked about number 2, finding a need and providing a solution to that need. Then you will have a direction where to go.
You will.
Okay. All right. So getting back to you, Shiko, of course you can see there's quite a number of interest in agriculture.
Yeah.
People really want to know input versus earnings. Tips on how to actually kickstart your agriculture venture, or your agribusiness. What do I need to know if I decide I'm getting into agribusiness?
I think what you need to know, how much do you have? What is your budget?
Yeah.
And how much do you want to achieve? as you said, with passive, you have to look at long term, sorry. So what do you want to achieve by the end of this duration?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also do your due diligence, make sure you understand. And also at the same time, if it's something that you're interested, as now with the Limavest, maybe you're investing with us, I think during that time, you will also take time to learn.
Yeah.
Learn more about that good keeping, learn about that pineapple, and also you can do it after maybe you are done with us, because we do with contract. Maybe you can do it on your own or in your own area. Yeah, yeah.
Any more text messages, Bona Director? Hello, I am Simon from Githunguri, Nairobi. I would like to share a simple investment that I started with only 500 bob. Really? Generally, I do grow vegetables, especially kales, cabbages, and cowpeas, which at the end of the day have a ready market for these mama mbogas. As per now, I at least get 400 to 700 shillings per day. Wow, that's nice. Impressive. Yeah. Good stuff. Okay, the wise man gives me hope to start business at campus. You are the wise man. Which is the best business to start with small amount of money? Wycliffe?
The answer appeared before that text.
Really?
The gentleman from Githunguri, I think, showed that it is actually possible to start with no money. Because if you think about it, what is 500 shillings?
Yeah.
And again, this is that encouragement that it is actually possible.
Yeah.
So if you think long term, if you don't want to just make instant coffee, you know, and this is our problem, that you want to make money today.
Yeah.
But when you think long term, like the gentleman from Githunguri, I mean, he started with 500 bob.
Yeah.
Obviously, he waited. He waited for the vegetables to grow, then had to source a market. But right now, he's making double the money that he started with on a daily basis.
All right.
There's no other encouragement than that. So I was back to the question that what business can you start with no money?
Yeah.
Also think about, earlier we spoke about the digital space.
Yes.
It's not true that the only YouTube videos that can be posted are videos with comedy or music.
Right.
I mean, those guys make money, well for them. We appreciate the entertainers, but also you can educate people.
Right.
You have no money, fine, but you have a phone that has got a camera. You can shoot a video, educate people, whatever skill you have. Maybe you have very good Excel skills. Educate people on how to use that Excel skill.
Yeah.
Maybe you plait hair and you want to show people how you do it.
Yeah, start a tutorial.
Yes, you start a tutorial. People are going to subscribe. You are going to get viewers, and you are going to be paid by guys who want to advertise on the channel.
Right.
So surely it is possible to do this without money.
All right. Okay. Another text message. Do we have one? I am Rogers Nyangena, a student from Maseno University. Some day back, I thought of a business idea, opening a juice bar here around school. I believed and still believe it will work very well, lots of profits each day. But I lacked the cash to support me start the business. Hopefully, I'm going to find someone good-hearted to support me. Okay. Your advice to Rogers there, Shiko, what do you want to say to him?
It's good that he has an idea. As he said, it's when you have a good idea and you sell to someone, you already have, if you've done your research and show how much you can make,
I
think you're likely to get someone who is ready to support you.
Okay.
Yeah.
However,
go ahead.
I will also like to speak to Rogers. It is good that he already has an idea. And as he says, he has had the idea for a very long time.
All right.
It's a juice bar. I mean, I'm trying to imagine how much money he needs. He's probably waiting to start big.
Yeah.
Which to me is a no. Whenever you are able to start big, well and good. However, always think of starting small.
Right.
If it's a juice bar, maybe all that he needs is a few mangoes, a few pineapples here and there.
Yeah.
Because he's now looking for someone to support the business. He may never get that someone because, unfortunately, some people believe in a business that they have seen.
Right.
So my advice to him is that spend a few thousands, maybe 2,000, 3,000, which I'm sure as a student is able to get. He can't borrow from someone, he can't use his pocket money. Start with 2,000 bob.
Yeah.
Buy a few mangoes,
the fruit itself.
whatever it is, then it will grow organically.
And I think this also goes back to the whole idea we're talking about, that we have a culture of always being given. That really doesn't make sense business-wise, because it stops becoming an investment. Now this is charity, you know, because even for an investor, they also want to see what are you bringing to the table. So for Limavest to come in and support you, you've also got to do your part.
Yes.
And so I think that's also something important that our young viewers who are watching today probably need to keep in mind. I've seen a very interesting text message there, Director. Let's see if we can share this with our panelists. I am unemployed in a company that ties me too tight up to weekends. And to start a beauty shop, but I have minimal time to visit it. What's your advice on that? Okay. All right. Would you like to take that, Wycliffe?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Now that I don't know, did we get the name?
No, they didn't leave a name. Yeah.
Now that I will use she. If it's a man, don't take offense. So now that she already knows that her job doesn't give her a lot of time, she's actually the one who's supposed to be motivated more to look for ways that she's able to earn passive income. Now, if it's a beauty shop that she's identified for whatever reason, she thinks a beauty shop is going to work, then it is still possible, even if she doesn't have much time, as long as she ensures that she gets to have internal controls and checks. She has to find ways of ensuring that there are checks and balances so that she doesn't lose money. However, with her situation, I think Shiko here provides a very good solution for that kind of a person, because her business, you just need to invest, you sign a contract, you come later earn some money. And I think this is a very good solution that she needs to consider, even as we talk about her starting a beauty business. If the beauty business, because the problem is that for you to put in enough controls, you may need some capital. Yeah. So if she's not able to do that, then I think she needs to consider a model like Shiko's model.
Okay. I understand we've got more text messages. Let's see what Kenyans are saying or, you know, asking. How can you manage recurring tasks and overlapping tasks in business management? Kindly advise. Keep a pin on that, Wycliffe. Okay. And then let's continue with what Simon says. Masharia from Mombasa, I'm managing 2 projects, farming and ICT, which needs much cash inflows. The biggest challenge is handling both recurring tasks and overlapping tasks. Kindly advise. Okay. An extension of the first one. So yes, Wycliffe, you can respond to Simon.
Yeah, so one thing I always advise people to do is focus. At times, you want to run this, you want to run that, you want to run the other one, you are likely to lose it.
Okay, so could you hold that thought for a second? We've got a call on the line. Let's before we lose him. Benji is on the line. Let's talk to him and then you can continue with Simon's point. Benji, good morning.
Good morning, Shiko. How are you? I'm
fine, thank you. Karibu sana. Do you have a question or a comment?
Yes, my name is Benjamin, and I'm a campus student doing diploma in animation and graphic design.
Right.
And I wanted to ask, how can I make some extra money while I'm still in campus?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
How can I, with my course? Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. We'll respond to you in just a second. Thank you. All right. You may continue with Simon's point, then we'll answer this.
Sure. So one thing I'll advise Simon is that it's important to actually focus, because whenever you're trying to juggle too many balls, you are likely to lose some. That is one. Then number 2, the best way to handle challenging tasks and recurring tasks is delegate. Now, I know some people think they are everything. They don't want to give this work to other people because maybe they are going to lose money and all this, but actually encourage people to always create systems. So look at your business, look at what you are trying to do, create a system that ensures accountability.
Right.
I know at times we lose accountability, but I think as the owner of the business, if you set the tone right, where you are holding everyone accountable, where you know which report you need to look at, so that you then don't lose money, and don't even realize that you've lost money. So if you know which reports you are going to look at from time to time, it will help you to now hold the people you've delegated it to accountable. And that way you are able to manage whatever task that is there.
Okay. I'll let you answer Benji's question in just a moment. But Shiko, let me just rope you in on this term that a lot of people use around business. Consistency and the importance of consistency, especially when it comes to farming. What are the dangers of being uko hapa uko kule? You know, you're just today you've decided to be farming. Okay, fine. You know what? Whatever. Like 3 months later, this Shiko chick lied to me. Now I'm on to goat farming. Why is it important to keep at it? To keep at it? To keep at it?
Because you get to learn so much. You get to learn the mistakes you've done, what to do better, how to improve how to improve what works and what does not work. It's very important, because if you keep jumping, when we do learn that this process takes this long and this need this much attention.
Okay.
And farming needs a lot of patience.
Don't bother if you're thinking about getting money tomorrow. Listen to what Benji says, Wycliffe. He says, well, I'm studying graphic design in school, but I need to earn extra money on the side. Do you feel that Benji already has the solution right there in his hands?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Because I thought that when he called.
He does, because he already got a skill. He already got a skill. So the thing is that he can actually put his skill to work. There are several guys out there who want to have graphic designers on a part-time basis. We always contract graphic designers to do our flyers, to do a few things here and there.
So true.
So he needs to make his presence known. And in this era, we are living in a very good era where you are able to communicate. You know, with Facebook, Twitter, and all these social media, you're actually able to advertise your services out there.
Absolutely.
Price it well, you will make money, Benji.
I am surprised, Benji, that you would ask that question. If you're listening to me, you need to DM me ASAP, because I want to see the work that you can do. And here's a challenge, because look at this. Wycliffe has just said we actually contract people to do posters, flyers. You have a skill set that we may be interested in. So get in touch with me on Instagram. Send me at least a portfolio or a link to your portfolio. Let's see what you can do. And maybe we can see what we can do together. Okay? And so one thing you've brought up is skills. Let's talk about skills and harnessing your skill set, Wycliffe.
Good. So, and in the perspective of passive income. In the perspective of passive income is that this is one area that tells you that maybe you don't have to have skills in a certain area, but you're still able to earn. Take an example of Lima Vest here. If you do not have skills to do farming, she will do it for you. You will still earn. So at times, there are those skills that you have that you can actually use to make money. You have certain skills, still look at it and say, how can I then use these skills to earn money with little effort, with little time input. However, we're also saying that if you do not have skills in a certain area and you still think there's money in there, there's still options. And we have given an example of Lima Vest here. Now, back to the skills that you already have, how can you then utilize them? You remember we said earlier that if you have certain skills, share the skills, educate people, create a course online, and you will be paid for it. So we advise people that use those skills that you have to make money, not just for your employer, but also to make money for yourself with little effort. And I actually want to go a little back where you asked about is passive income a side hustle. I will also say that it's not necessarily a side hustle, because at times some side hustles need your time. So the key here in passive income is that you put in very little time. So if a side hustle involves you going maybe after work in the evening, then spend 4 hours doing
that's a second job.
That's a second job. It's not passive income. You're not earning passive income. So the thing is that whatever skills you have, what is this that you're actually able to do? Put it somewhere so that it continuously earns money for you.
Okay, let's look at our final batch of text messages very quickly. We only have 5 more minutes to go. And someone says, morning Shiko and the panel, it's quite an informative topic you have today. I'm Valentine, a campus student who is passionate about reality talks, and I have a YouTube channel, Galaxy Realities, which is a reality talk center, and I love the progress. I hope with time it will be a brand. Good job. Okay, Galaxy Realities, good stuff. Okay, and I think that's what Wycliffe was also talking about earlier on, you know, using that time and that talent to just come up with your own content. Okay, hello Shiko, and ask Shiko Lima Vest, in case of natural calamities like floods, fire, etc., will the clients who had invested get back their money? That's from Mokami.
With natural calamities, remember with investments, of course, there are risk. But remember, with Pineapple, we are with you for the next 7 years. If maybe this didn't work, the following year will work. But also we do insurance, like we take insurance for our livestock and crops.
Okay. All right, another text message. Let's see how many we can get through in a couple of minutes. Hi Shiko, kindly let us know what else one needs to have apart from capital to invest with Lima Fest. How much is needed for goat keeping?
I think you just need us to invest. But now with goat keeping, you need 250. For 250,000 Kenyan shillings, you get 50 goats, which we keep them in our own ranch. And then you get a return of 185,000 Kenyan shillings every year.
Wow, do the math, do the math. Okay, another text message, perhaps our last one. Hello, as Cliff said, you need to find a way to earn money even when you are not at work. That means you need to invest more on assets. So how does one differentiate assets from liabilities? Okay, what do you think you can say about that?
I think what it means is there are assets that people buy thinking they're assets, but they're actually draining them. So a very simple definition here will be an asset will be that thing, and this is not an accounting definition because in accounting we define it differently, but in terms of wealth creation, an asset will be that item that actually gives you money, that brings money into your pocket. And in this context, a liability will then be that asset that you think it is an asset, but it drains you. And I'll give an example. If you build a rental house, so every month you know you've got tenants, they are paying you, that will then be an asset. However, if you have your house that you're living in, and every month you've got to pay bills, you've got to maintain, you've got to pay rates, indirectly that is a liability, because now you are not taking money into your pocket, but actually you are spending money on it. So that is a very basic wealth creation definition for an asset under liability.
And even as we say goodbye, and you've just mentioned wealth creation, how can someone get in touch with you as, of course, as Cliff and Company CPAs perhaps, or, you know, in regards to wealth creation guidance and forums and a bit of more, you know, assistance to some of these concepts around, you know, wealth creation?
So anyone can get in touch with us. We have a website that is called www.cliffcpa.co.ke. We are on LinkedIn, Cliff and Company. We also on Facebook as Cliff and Company. Okay, awesome. Shiko, obviously we cannot say goodbye without giving you an opportunity to let people know how they can inquire more
on some of these agribusiness ventures that they would like to jump into, how can we find LimaVest?
We are on Facebook, LimaVest, Instagram, LimaVest_.
Yeah.
You can also get in touch with me, Shiko Wawero on Instagram.
Yeah.
And also you can visit our office at Two Rivers, second floor, Southern Towers.
All right,
Yeah.
Sawa. All right, a big thank you yet again to Shiko Wawero, founder of LimaVest Limited, for all you know, your inquiries. You can find them on social media, like she had said earlier on. Wycliffe Bishanga Asante Sana, the CEO of Cliff and Company CPAs, for all your business development needs. You can also talk to them and get a little bit more ideas on how you can get this so-called passive income venture started, if you will. We sure hope that this particular session has been helpful. If it has, why don't you let us know? At K24 TV is how you can reach us and keep talking to us. My name is Shiko Kaitani, and on behalf of the entire Breakfast Club, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow. Bye-bye.